Okay guys, welcome back. Sorry for the abrupt ending last time, but I kind of rambled for longer than I thought I should have, and subsequently didn't cover everything that I wanted to cover. So the idea was just to have the one video explaining the game, but it looks like we're having two now. But it's fine because I've got like 3 billion hours of footage that I've got to go through, so it works, I guess. So last video we talked about the game modes, the monsters, and the assault. We covered 2 of the assaults, so we need to talk about Parnell. I guess we'll do that now. I've not played him, so I'm not 100%, but I know he has a rocket launcher. It's not a lock-on launcher like buckets. We'll get to that later, but it just, you fire it and it goes where you aimed at, basically. It does more damage than buckets because it doesn't auto-aim, which is good because you expect your assault to do the most damage. So yeah, he has that, and then he also has a combat shotgun, which is really high damage for close range. His third thing, he doesn't get mines, he doesn't get grenades, he gets a drug, alright? Because that's not racist at all, giving the black guy the drugs. So, yeah, anyway, it makes him a super soldier. It's like steroids and fucking all this shit, right? So it makes you fire your weapons faster, it makes you move faster, makes you deal more damage, it makes you reload faster. It basically just makes you better at what you're supposed to be doing, alright? But it does damage you a bit. I'm not entirely sure if this is just like as if being hit by a monster a bit, or if it's more permanent and just gives you a strike right out. It'd be a bit weird, but depending how long it lasts, it could be alright, I suppose. And like the other 2 assaults, he does have the personal shield that'll make him vulnerable. And that covers the 3 currently playable and announced assaults. So next we'll move on to the Trapper, which is probably my favorite class to play, also the most important to the team. Like, if your Trapper isn't on top of himself, like, you're never gonna catch the monster, and that's not gonna win you the game, really. So you start off with Maggie. Now, each of the Trappers can deploy a mobile arena, and that's the big dome shield thing that will keep the monster in. Like, you can walk into it from the outside, but you cannot walk out once it's up. So be aware of that. Like, if somebody goes down outside the dome, they're probably gonna be fucked. Okay, so Maggie, she has an SMG. It's got a really fast fire rate. It does good DPS, but if you're anything other than close range, I wouldn't really recommend firing, because the spread on it is kind of bad. You're probably even more useful just dropping harpoons around. Yeah. So, other than the SMG and the mobile arena trap, she has her trapjaw Daisy. Now, Daisy will always follow the monster, like always. It doesn't matter if there's tracks, it doesn't matter if there's dead stuff. Daisy will just run to the monster as soon as the game starts. Like, she don't give a fuck. Like, she will run straight at it, but when it gets close, she'll start looking around and sniffing, just to kind of not make it stupidly easy for you to find the monster. It just gives you a general idea that it's nearby. And the last thing she can do is drop harpoon traps, like I said. Now, these are probably the most important thing she can do. Like, she can do good damage, but I'd rather not be dealing damage if I can drop traps to stop the monster from doing damage and also make it easier for the other people to do damage, if you get what I'm saying. So basically when I play Maggie, I'll just stay near the middle of the map and just walk around in circles, kind of, just not go near the edge of the map. So I'll let the other 3 people just try and cut off the monster, and as soon as it comes close you just whop down the trap, drop some harpoons, let everybody just come in and wreck face, and you're good. Okay, so that's Maggie done. Next you unlock Griffin. Now this guy looks like oh, what's his face? The guy from Jumanji, right? So he's got his like big game hunter suit and his hat and a fucking mustache. He looks like a proper boss. He also has an SMG. It doesn't fire as fast. I think it does more damage a shot. And it doesn't have as big a magazine, but it's fine because again, you're not really meant to be the damage dealer, so it's more just a backup thing. Instead of Daisy, he tracks things with like sound sticks. You gotta like jam into the floor. It takes a little while to deploy them, so you've got to be standing still and holding that button down. But they provide like a large area, and whenever the monster walks through it, you'll get like a big red marker saying that, hey, monster's here! And if you open your map, you can just spread them pretty easily, and it's good. He also has a harpoon gun as opposed to the traps themselves, which he has to manually shoot at the monster and keep it held down. I don't think they're as good as the traps that you can drop on the floor, but either way, it's better than nothing. And the last one is Abe, which I don't really know anything about, so I'll have to just wiki him quickly. This guy looks like a vampire hunter, I guess. He has a shotgun, which the spread changes depending on how fast you're shooting. So if you just hit the trigger once, like very short single shots every now and then, you'll have a really tight spread and it'll be good for shooting at something that's further away. But if you get right up in the monster's face, you can just blam 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 blam, just empty your magazine and it'll just spread all over the place, okay? So that's good for if you're close, and also if you're far, which is really weird for a shotgun, but will deal. He also has a tracking dart pistol instead of the stoner sticks or the trapjaw. So if you can shoot a tag into any like corpse or egg or whatever that you come by, and if the monster eats that, then the GPS tracker will activate. You can also shoot the dart straight into the monster if you come across it in like the wild. So yeah, it's kind of hard for the monster to escape when they're tagged, but it does fall out after a while, so don't worry too much. Instead of the harpoons, Abe gets a stasis grenade. These like do some weird electric shackles or something apparently. It works the same way as a harpoon. It'll slow the monster down even if it's traveling through the air, so you can just drop people down. So yeah, if you just throw one up into the sky at a kraken, it will just drop like a rock, which is good. But there's no tether for the monster to break, so these are probably more effective than the harpoons themselves, because they're literally just slow-mo for 15 seconds or until it gets out of the area of effect. But considering that Abe can throw 5 of these, you can lay out a really big area of slow-mo. And if you pair that with Val's trank gun, the monster's going nowhere. So that's the 3 trappers done, and also the other assault. Now we've also come to a problem here where I'm again at the end of my time. So we're gonna have to do a 3rd video to cover the supports and the medics. So Yeah, it should be good. Now this right here, this guy's a good wraith. I'm not entirely sure how we actually managed to kill him. So yeah, that was a thing. But yeah, I'm really hyped for this game. It's going to be really good. There's like a lot of different things you can play as, and there's things for everybody really. And just the interactions between the characters, like while you're running around or in the dropship at the start, is really, really good. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the flip side for part 3 of my breakdown of Evolve.